What is going on, guys? My name is Loydimus Prime and welcome back to another video today. For right now, I've been watching a little bit of some lore videos for Ninjago, some theories of people, and I've been looking at the episodes over and over again to kind of see what has been shown, and I've kind of come to this conclusion. I'm thinking back to the beginning of Ninjago's age, and as you can tell by some of the pictures here, I chose these pictures mainly because they refer to the beginning of Ninjago and before, and a little beyond. Starting, and you can go to episode 87 on YouTube. I know it's still there. You can go watch the episode, and you'll know. You can hear the story of the first Pinjitzu Master, the Oni, the dragon. But to kind of summarize it, it's basically happened like this. The beginning of the first realm of Ninjago, or the first realm of the 16, there was the Oni and the dragon who had been locked in an eternal war with each other. But once a child was born who knew the importance of both good and evil, yin and yang, this child was fought over by the Oni and the dragon. So the child thought it was a good idea to leave to the first, not to the first realm, to an empty realm where he would forge the 4 golden weapons of Spinjitzu and create Ninjago from nothing. And from a result of this, he ended up having 2 sons who adopted both parts of good and evil, Wu with good, Garmadon with evil, and so on, which Garmadon got married with Misako. Lloyd was born. Lloyd is part Oni and dragon. He is the ultimate and the most powerful ninja, the Green Ninja. But here's the thing that has recently been found out over last week. Well, this week episode 82 came out, or just a few days ago, but the week before that, episode 81, we learned that when the first Ninjitsu Master left to Ninjago, after he created it, the Oni followed to try to bring him back. What doesn't make any sense is that, yes, the Oni did follow. They probably hid the Oni masks and stuff. As you can see here, they had their temple, they were looking for him and all that, but one of the funny things I kind of can tell from this is that when Ninjago was created, in result to all of that light, there had to be something that filled the shadow, the Overlord. He was born, so began the war between the first Ninjitsu Master and the Overlord. Now here's the funny thing, the Oni followed. So you'd think the Oni and Ninjago, wouldn't that kind of fill that little shady spot? Maybe. This is just theory. This is just theorizing, so these are not true answers, so I don't exactly know the truth behind this, but could the Oni have built the Overlord, or at least created him? Because you have to remember, the Overlord's first form was the Overlord Dragon, and then it was the Golden Master. Could they have made the Overlord into a dragon just so they could make the first Ninjitsu Master think that the dragons were the bad guys? So he has to help the Oni defeat the dragons, and result coming back. See, that's the thing that I'm starting to believe. The Oni only came, and because they couldn't convince him themselves or force him back, only because he would escape and leave again, they created something that would do it for them, that would force him because it was too powerful. But now some people have gotten confused. They said, well, Loydimus Prime, if the first Ninjitsu Master was born of both worlds, Oni and Dragon, good and evil, then why would an Overlord be created? Since the Overlord adopts the only trait of evil, and there can't be someone who's in the middle and then someone who's evil, but not someone who's on the side of good. It wouldn't make any sense. It would break the balance and stuff like this, but you have to understand. He was born of both worlds, Oni and Dragon. Well, the Oni and Dragon represented both good and evil. So yeah, you could say the first Ninjitsu Master was that middle ground, but when it comes to Ninjago in perspective, the first Ninjitsu Master never used the traits of evil. He only used the traits of good, which is why he resulted in between as the Overlord is the evil, and the first Ninjitsu Master is the good in Ninjago. See, that was their balance, but the middle ground always withstands of both sides. He understands that you can't have one without the other. He understands that too much good means the destruction of the world. Too much evil means the destruction of the world. There has to be a balance. Without a balance, there's chaos. Doesn't matter which side has more power. This is why when the Overlord or any evil breaks out, the ninja have to stop them. But this is why every time the ninja defeat an evil has to rise. There's a void. And Mistake, the T-Woman, in episode 887, she did explain this, that when Lord Garmadon was defeated by his son, there was a void, which is why the Overlord had to come back as the Golden Master, why he survived. There can't be no evil. There has to be evil. So even when the Overlord was defeated, you had Chen. After Chen, it resulted in Moro being free. After Moro and the Preeminent being defeated, it was not a Khan, and then that whole timeline got erased, so it resulted in the Day of the Departed, Yang wanting revenge. You could say that's not exactly filling the void, since that just happened normally. He was planned it from the beginning. But, you know, that's Day of the Departed stuff. And then there was Season 7 with the Time Twins, who had planned things 40 years ago when Crux didn't go in the future with the Chronics and stuff. And then you had the Sons of Garmadon, which only showed up because they knew it was their time to rise, and because they probably found out the locations of the Oni masks. And Harumi, remember, back during the Devourer, she was a kid like Lloyd. Lloyd had an age skip, but it's kind of like the effect of the Time Blades on Baby Wu. Aging, even if you age, your body has to catch up. So, theoretically, Lloyd jumps ages to when he's older, but it took him a long time before his hair, his face, his eyes, and his voice changed. When you could probably figure this out, but it's just like, think when the ninja were younger and kids like Lloyd, when they were affected by that potion or that gas or whatever the frick it was, they had their older voices. When Lloyd, yeah, you could argue, yeah, he did have an older voice, but it wasn't exactly truthful, because if you follow Tanner Fishies in his age video, you can go search his channel, you'll find it. You'll notice that as the ninja got older, their voices kind of stayed the same. The regular ninja, Nia's too, but Lloyd's voice changes, and he's younger than the ninja. Younger than Nia, or you could argue he's around the same age as Nia, but that's different. And then Harumi, she's normal age and stuff, so you can see what I'm getting to. But what I'm kind of trying to figure out is that the whole lore has changed in Ninjago. They changed a few things that they originally said in the beginning of the show, and stuff, and they've added a lot more new stuff, which helps it. It also kind of adds new stories and perspectives we can think about the show as a whole. But there's a thing right now where some people believe that the first Ninjutsu Master isn't dead, and you can kind of see why they say that, because of the whole golden samurai thing in season 9 from the set pictures and stuff. Is Lloyd dead? Because we don't see him in the set pictures. You do. You can. Even leaked pics of Lloyd are there. Leaked pics of Harumi are there. So you can tell season 8 doesn't end with Garmadon coming back to life and then him defeating the ninja, or him getting defeated, like killed again, or sent to a realm, or something like that. Both seasons are connected. They're cause and effect. Just like season 4 and 5 are cause and effect. Because of what Chen did, it resulted in Garmadon giving himself up, so Moro had the advantage of coming out just to release the Preeminent, to curse the 16 realms. It actually would have been interesting to think, if the Preeminent was released, could she have had effect on the first realm? Obviously back then I don't think they really planned much of that season yet, since the first realm probably wasn't really thought of yet. Who knows? But the Preeminent, would she have been able to curse the realm with the Oni and the dragon? Who knows? We'll never know. She's dead. And stuff. There's a lot of stories that would have been interesting if they did happen, like the whole realm being destroyed thing, the Ninjago and the Preeminent being destroyed would have destroyed the other realms. Who frickin' knows? But it's kind of funny, because in Ninjago they come to this aspect, you get into the show and you believe that this is the first realm, when they talk about the 16 realms. When they introduced the 16 realms, they only mentioned that there were 16 in season 5, when we knew there was places in that universe, the Ninjago universe, that weren't in Ninjago. There was the Darkness realm, there was the Underworld, there was just so many places that they've been, or some characters have been, but you didn't know those were specific realms out of the 16 until season 5, until you kind of realized, oh, the Underworld, of course it's a different realm. It wouldn't make any sense for it to literally be under us, or else you could just dig down there. It took the skeletons to teleport, or the dragons to teleport through their tunnels to get to the Underworld. And then you had the Sky City stuff, the Cloud Kingdom, that's what they called it. You couldn't get there normally. You couldn't just go above the clouds and say hi. You had to go through the blind man's eye. See, there are different weak points in that realm that take you to specific realms. Now, you can't just go walk in a cave and appear in the first realm. No, you have to probably use like the realm crystal or the Oni masks or something. This video originally was just going to be about the Overlord, the first Ninjutsu Master, the beginning, but now I'm kind of getting into this aspect. This video it's a mash of many theories and many things that I want to happen, or I wish happened, or I believe should happen in the perspective of Ninjago. As a fan, not everyone is going to agree with what I say, and that is true for everything. But here's the cool thing. Because of my channel, and because of the people that watch these types of videos, like I don't make gaming videos, no one watches them, only a few people do. I make Ninjago videos and so many people watch it because no one, not a lot of people really, not a lot of people on YouTube talk about Ninjago and give a lot of perspective. The R&D does, Tanner Fishies does, and a few other channels. Brick Lovers TV, all of them, they make perspectives and they give us thoughts, but not everyone thinks as big as a few of us do. In the Ninjago community, there are very, very few of us who think of the bigger picture and think of all of the theories and all of the things. I almost spilled my drink. Freaking they don't think that hard. I'm freaking gonna blow my brain out of my head right now because I keep talking. But any of my friends would have been like, shut up already. But back to the thing. So when I'm talking about the theories in this video, understand this is my opinion. If you agree with it, that's cool. If you don't agree with it, please tell me why you don't, because I want to actually see what your thoughts are. I want to see your perspective. But back to what I was kind of trying to get to. I almost forgot what I was trying to say. But Ninjago Season 8 ends. We've seen the description. If you haven't, go to the YouTubers I spoke of. They have the videos. I rarely post, so you're not going to find it here. I'm not going to really explain it, but except for now. Episode 84's description was apparently Garmadon summoning some colossi or colossal thing to help defeat the ninja, rule Ninjago, stuff like that. But I have to kind of wonder. Everyone has said that this season is going to be cause and season 9 is going to be effect. If that's the case, and also because you could tell with the sets to the next season and that are coming out in August, September, whenever the frick, in the summertime at least, you can kind of tell that Garmadon probably is going to end up being a bridge to the unknown. He's going to lead us into season 9's aspect of the Oni and the dragon realm. The whole picture of those sets is free the dragons and defeat the Oni, which means this is weird, because you have to come into perspective with the Royal Palace set, or whatever the frick, the throne room, was like confrontation in the throne room. I think that's what the set was called. Correct me in the comments if you want, but you see Skylar, Pixel, I think Nia, and Harumi and her new and more Sons of Garmadon attire. You could see the Harumi that was just shown a picture. That was her disguise, her royal, I love you, Lloyd, so much, Harumi. But then she comes out with these new hairstyles, red stuff over her forehead and eyes to show that she is evil. She is not some girl like Skylar was, who's just doing this for some reason, and then she turns good in the end. This girl looks like she's not going to be good until sometime in season 9. Like, she looks like she's going to hate Lloyd so much, like she wants to kill him herself. But she wants to release Garmadon because she wants Lloyd to suffer. This is the true face of a villain. All the other villains, Ninjago has a weird villain problem, besides with the Overlord. The Overlord, Lord Garmadon, and I could maybe say Sensei Yang and Shen do good at being villains, because they don't necessarily turn good. I mean, the Overlord never turns good. He is the construction of evil. He is the manifestation of it. But Garmadon couldn't turn good on himself. There was elements of good in him, but that doesn't mean he was good. Doesn't mean he was in the picture. That, as you can see from this picture, there's the first Ninjutsu Master. He represents both. But he controls both. Doesn't mean that he's not like the. In a way, the first Ninjutsu Master is not the Bendu from Star Wars Rebels, who he could speak and show the light side of the Force, and then he could be all evil and, well, not necessarily evil, but use his dark side elements and get super angry. But it doesn't make him a Sith. It doesn't make him a dark side user. It just makes him the middle ground of the Force. But when you look at the first Ninjutsu Master, he might not exactly. He could be like the Bendu, but he's not evil. He's not good. He just does the both. He controls both sides. He's like Anakin in the arc with the Force gods on Mortis. He controls both good and evil. Anakin controls the father, not the father, the daughter, and the son. But he didn't become one of the other. In those episodes, we obviously know Anakin did become a Sith, but that's because someone else altered him. But that's going into another bridge. That's Star Wars lore, not Ninjago. But you can see that there are elements that the creators of this show might have taken from things like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and just, not Star Trek. I almost said Star Trek, but you get the picture. I'm losing my voice. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to get across to you guys. Season 9 seems like we are going to have to defeat the Oni, because what I've been doing, because I would make stop motion. I can make stories. I can't make stop motion like I used to. It's hard, takes a long time, and I have normal school stuff and things in my life I have to get to. So you'll never see me do stop motion again. But I will give you kind of stories. I might even tell you, maybe sometimes I'll do episodes, so I'll tell you stories and I'll come back to them and I'll show you what Ninjago could be like for some of their seasons. Season ideas of how, when they give us certain details and elements like weapons and plot points, we can use those plot points and weapons to kind of fold into a story of our own that stays and sticks and respects the canon of the show and of the Ninjago universe as a whole, since it has gone into games, books, not hard copy, J.R. Tolkien books, but you get the picture. You get what I mean. So, from one of my stories, I'd speak like, oh, Garmadon did this, but if he doesn't do this, then the Oni will punish him, since he is a manifestation of the Oni masks. They use the masks to bring the evil Garmadon. Not the Garmadon was that like I said in my previous little video, would Lloyd die? Could he die? He isn't, because of set pictures for Season 9 and stuff, but could he kill Lloyd? Yeah, he could. Even Harumi said it himself. He will kill Lloyd if he gets to that point. We know Garmadon will. This isn't the old Garmadon. Everyone in the show that has talked about him coming back has said this is not the man you recognize. He's not the good, great-haired Sensei Garmadon. He's not the Lord Garmadon who got tricked. This is the Garmadon who's more powerful than he's ever been, because he's consumed by hate and by evil. He's not partially consumed by hate and evil and partially consumed by light. He is conflicted. He is entirely consumed by evil. So because of this, he's just like the Overlord. He will kill if he needs to. If it is essential, he'll do it to win. He's like Master Chen. Do whatever you need to do to win, no matter what. And it is those type of people you have to watch out for, because they don't care. They will not stop. They will do it if they have to and if they need to win. Garmadon will kill Lloyd if Lloyd is not prepared and is not strong enough to stand a fight. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you would like me to elaborate more on some of the things I've said in this video, then please timestamp the area so I don't have to watch the whole video again or think back to when I said it, because I really like to see your guys' thoughts. I believe this video might get over 100 views just because of the very theory videos I've done. So in that case, I hope there's a lot of you guys who will speak your thoughts, because a lot of this I couldn't do on my own. A lot of the theorizing and things that I said in this video has been made up from many other people's words to specifically come up to the conclusions that I've been making. Like, and if you know, here's the essential question of the video: do you think Ninjago will end Season 9, or do you think it might continue into some new stories and details after Season 9? I think it might end. All good things have to come to an end. There is no right or wrong question, or answer, since we don't know the answer. And there is a lot of things, like with the time twins, that they haven't necessarily. But I'll make a separate video on this, so it makes more sense. I have to add 10 minutes to this video just saying, here's my conclusion. But thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to. That's weird. I just said that. But goodbye.